All right, I messed up. I did the thing we've talked about since the launch of NHL 26. We chased the new hotness, and now I have no coins, no collection really to speak of, and you know what? That's okay. All right, so week 2 of the Hut Beast Mode event was dropped, and it gave us some pretty crazy stuff like Alexander Barkov and Connor Bedard, on top of even more insane line combinations to go with the already jacked up Kucherov, McKinnon, and Will Smith line for +6. So let me take you through the steps of which led me to get here. The first was, I loaded into Ranked because it had just been a while since I played Ranked, and I immediately felt no joy. I talk a lot about how the biggest enjoyment I get from NHL is actually playing online against competitive players, but with the reward structure this year and how fun team building is, it has really hindered the enjoyment that I get when you aren't receiving any rewards, especially when you aren't chasing everything that's new, because your team just feels a little bit behind, especially when you get into the higher ranks. So I loaded up a few ranked season games, and with no motivation to play other than just playing, I was so bored. Like, just so incredibly bored. Now, a lot of that can be attributed to the fact that I played for a month straight and absolutely burned myself out of this video game 6 weeks into the game existing, my own fault. But knowing that ranked seasons has to improve in some sense when it comes to their rewards in Season 2, and the fact that I got to Platinum 1, which was kind of my goal once I figured out that ranked seasons ladder is just an absolute gauntlet the second you get into gold, I just felt like, whatever. So, that being said, I went and looked at my team. And the one thing about NHL 26 is that team building is very fun. I get a lot of enjoyment about switching up players and looking for new line combos that will allow me to have a fresh look at my team, especially as we get to the end of Season 1. There are just so many options for ability points as well as salary. There's just a ton of options. On top of that, I've talked a ton about how the Beast Mode event is the perfect way to run an event in NHL 26 because you can refund all of your tokens and upgrade any of the Master Set player items at any time for the remainder of the season. You don't have to worry if Nikita Kucherov is going to become even better in February. You could break down another Master Set player item and boost him up and not miss out at all like we have, like, let's say, with the Check My Game Jack Eichel or the marquee Clayton Keller. So let's go through the new team. All right, I still stand by that Will Smith, Nathan McKinnon, and Nikita Kucherov as a line at +6 overall for the remainder of the season is phenomenal. I mean, Nathan McKinnon gets to 98 speed, 98 excel with elite wheels. There are just few cards that are going to get to that point, and even when the line combo is reset and Nathan McKinnon doesn't receive this big boost, at 92 speed and excel, even at 86 overall with no boost, he's still incredible. Will Smith's XP card, on top of being a shark, he gets one of the best abilities in quick release. He's completely free, and 96 excel, 95 speed will play no matter what. Add in Nikita Kucherov, who's got a great shot, as well as, again, mid-90s skating and maxed out hand stats, an extremely fun card here. So now that I've taken care of that line, I've essentially gotten 30 tokens. Then I wanted to improve my other line and change things up, and this Teemu Selanne, Alexander Barkov, Connor Bedard line is just fun. There are better options, but at +5 overall, Teemu Selanne gets to 99 speed. He just goes right back into being one of the best cards in the game, and I've loved his card since launch. Alexander Barkov, when he gets all the way up to 86 overall, he gets one of the best abilities in the game, in my opinion, in Elite Unstoppable. And then Connor Bedard at 86 overall, he'll get a maxed out wrist shot with Elite Quick Release, and again, mid-90s skating. Now, just talking about my forwards alone, that means I need 60 upgrade tokens, and obviously, that's a ton. Again, the tokens are going to be the most important part here because you want to make sure you have at least 30, in my opinion, so that you can downgrade and upgrade at least 2 Beast Mode Master Set player items. But with all of the new cards in my lineup, if I wanted to max them all out, I need 75. And there goes my collection and coins. Because I know for a fact that I'm just blowing away my coins in my collection, knowing that better cards will come out probably in just a few days, but I don't care. And I think that's what's an important realization that I've had so far playing this game, is that I'm always just holding on to things and trying to maximize value and don't chase the new cards that are fantastic. And while that is all sound advice, when the game is bored, but you're dead set on playing it, you have to do something different. Like, one thing has to bend here. Either you're maximizing your collection and your coins, or you're stepping away from the game when you don't feel like playing. If you're not going to do either, that's just like mindlessly staring at the screen. So you know what? For this event, do as I say, not as I do. But I'm just blowing everything on this event because if they don't do another event like the Beast Mode event where you get to upgrade the cards and get all of the tokens back, then this event should really hold its value in my opinion. But I want to touch on why I have more enjoyment with this, even though I know it is not the best use of my resources. It's simply because this like mimics an RPG game. I'm playing the game, I'm earning rewards, and then I'm upgrading the cards I have like it's early RuneScape, and I'm just working on different things to get my attributes higher. And I don't know, there's just some sort of completionist reward to doing that. Again, this is probably me just being weird, but there's something oddly satisfying by just getting these master set items, using my collection to get tokens, and then upgrading them individually, as opposed to chasing some other cards that are just random cards, and you're essentially just like, oh, now this 83 overall Artem Guriev card is now worth 200,000 coins, when I could just take my time and upgrade Travis Sanheim while the event is still live. Again, will I regret this and losing all of my resources and coins the second this event is done? Almost certainly. But I just have some sort of enjoyment from this. And you know what? I'll live and learn, because the content team and how content is delivered in NHL 26 is so far and away different than we've ever had that who knows? Maybe I'll end up making out like a bandit and I can always have 5 of these master set player items in my lineup, and the second Season 2 comes out, there's some crazy Philadelphia defenseman line combo that gives like +6 overall, and Travis Sanheim remains extremely relevant. So here's where we're at, and here is what I'm going to do with the remainder of my time before the Beast Mode ends. I am going to upgrade Alexander Barkov all the way to the end, because again, even without a line combo, he's got decent enough face-offs at 89 overall, but it's elite unstoppable that, like, even though he's slow, if anyone wants to come up and catch me, be my guest. It's an immediate knockout. And the same thing with Connor Bedard. While his skating is not good, if he does not have a line combo, he is going to feel sluggish. It's always been the issue with Connor Bedard cards. They never have elite speed, and he's, you know, not exactly a big player. But his shot at 95 and elite quick release is going to play into January. Like, goaltender attributes cannot deal with this at this stage of the game. If for anyone that is a hardcore NHL HUT player, remember his like next gen card from I think 2 years ago in NHL 24? We immediately looked at it, too small, not fast enough. His shot you just flicked up, it went in. And I have a feeling that this Connor Bedard card is going to operate somewhat similar. Let's talk about my fourth line. So I had a marquee line to help out with salary cap, but there was just a far better one with Gavin Brindley, Tomashek, and Heineman. I get +2 overall for the 3 game breaker cards, as well as a +2 overall for a Czechia, Avalanche, and Swedish-born player. So even though they're very low in overall, again, I've talked about this a lot, your fourth line matters. If you have like just 80s across the board and they get stuck out there, it is a mess. So Gavin Brindley gets up to like 92 speed and excel. That's fine. At plus, again, just having to survive when his line is out. Tomashek gets up to 92 faceoffs and 89 speed and excel. And Emil Heineman, by far the weakest player on my line, 86 speed, 85 excel. Again, he just has to survive. And on top of that, I get 10 million to the salary cap, 9 ability points, and a +4 overall. I now have 37 ability points to spread out once I kind of finish upgrading my team and figure out where I want to go. On defense, things got interesting. Because I had Roman Josi, that new line combo that came out that allowed Brendan Montour to go with him, giving a +5 overall. I think Brendan Montour is far better with Paul Coffey. But that being said, +5, he's got 93 speed, 91 excel, 92 defensive awareness, 90 body checking. But it's the +5 to Roman Josi because, again, his skating is nothing great. Even at +2 overall, 88 speed and excel is pretty rough. Getting him into the 90s is huge. He's got almost max defensive awareness. His body checking is now 89. I just think that was worth it. So I went and picked up Damon Severson again from the auction house because I just needed a card to go with Coffey because I think the +3 is very important. There are tons of of other options, but 97 speed with wheels, still one of the best cards in the game. The benefit here is that Damon Severson also gives a plus 2 million to the salary cap when you pair them together. It allowed me to get rid of that marquee pairing of Morrissey and Blankenberg. I just couldn't stand them anymore. And then lastly, I've got Cale Makar's rookie card and Sanheim. Only a plus 2 overall, but the reason why I decided to go with Sanheim is because I really like quick pick, and I'm just wanting to try out a defenseman that has elite quick pick. I actually think quick pick might be more effective on forwards because it's very situational. Obviously, you're just stopping the cross-ice passes right near your net, but if you don't give up 2-on-1s and things like that, you don't have to worry about it. Your forwards, when they're forechecking, if you have elite quick pick, like you're just knocking down everything, it makes it really difficult. But truculence is also fun, and if I can get him up to 86, he's got 89 speed and excel. I don't know, just again, something to work towards. It's also time to move on from Sorokin. He has been incredible for me. Like, I don't know what it is, but he feels like a safety blanket in net. Every time I've gone to another goalie other than Sorokin, I just feel like every shot's going to go in. This card has been such a set it and forget it, but I'll probably try somebody else to just kind of fit other line combos. I'm probably going to need more salary cap relief as well, because as it stands, once I upgrade Sanheim, Bedard, and Barkov, I'm going to need another 9 million to the salary cap. So I'll be just over, but I'll worry about that once we get a little bit closer. So again, because I'm not playing ranked and I'm just having to basically, with any time I get to play the game, I've got to be doing objectives or something that gives me rewards specifically during this event. It's imperative to get a few things done. Number one is the beast mode objectives. The collectibles are important because you can trade them in for an 83 overall beast mode item that you can then throw into the token set. Again, I'm going for an insane amount of tokens. I need to stress this. Do as I say, not as I do. I don't think it is going to be beneficial long term. I think a lot of people are going to be upset if they do what I'm doing, but I'm just at the point where let's just try, see what happens. I have a feeling this event is not going to be replicated until later in the year. I pray that it is, but if the next event is the exact same, then you're probably going to regret it a little bit because obviously the next event is going to have better cards. On top of that, make sure you're completing the Team of the Week objectives. I've been shouting this all season. If you've been watching me all year, you're probably annoyed, but I can't stress enough how easy it is to get these completed with just a few Team of the Week cards in your lineup. And again, it'll get you an 83 overall choice pack. You don't have to use it towards Team of the Week. You can use it towards those tokens. When it comes to the Beast Mode Master Set player items, I talked about this in the first week. Nothing has changed. Try and get as many of the 81 overall Master Set player items as you can. Currently, I've got Sanheim, Montour, Bedard, Barkov, McKinnon, and Kucherov. While making more than 30 tokens is probably overkill, I promise you the cheap cost of 378s and 379s on the market's expensive, but again, you can earn this so easily by just completing moments and objectives. You will not regret making these master set player items because you can upgrade multiple at a time whenever new line combinations come out that help. So I will make Evan Bouchard, as well as Jeremy Lozon, and probably Connor Hellebuck. Not that I think Connor Hellebuck's an unbelievable card or Ottinger. I just want to have one goalie, again, for the exact same situation I just discussed, that when a new line combo comes out, if one of them is going to fit perfectly, awesome. I might even just try to make them all, who knows. If you are someone who has not completed the XP path at the time of this recording, there is 17 days remaining. I would try and do everything you can to get Macklin Celebrini's card and complete the XP path. It is very easy to get a chunk of it done if you haven't already. And all I would do is just focus on these objectives. If you have any of these weekly objectives, focus everything on getting this done because you're getting like 40,000 XP for every week's objective list that you've got done. Like I mentioned, you won't regret doing that. You're also going to get a bunch of cards and packs and other things. So make sure you get this done before the XP path changes over. So for this week, I am legit just going to focus on getting all the tokens I need to get to 75 because I wanted my team to feel fresh, and I know that when line combos reset, I'm going to immediately regret this. But the fact that this event works by not costing you any tokens for removing the upgrades and then changing it at any point in time, at least there is some safety there in that while it might not be a giant boost or the meta, there might be some that give like a +2 overall, for example, so at least some will fit. And on top of that, if you want to downgrade them a little bit, it can help with salary cap as well. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts on just the state of your gameplay and how you're enjoying the game, because like I mentioned, when everything was boring to me, including the thing I enjoy the most, messing with my team kind of reinvigorated my enjoyment of the game. And again, with this format, it has some sort of weird upgrade that I feel like I'm working towards something with all of these MSPs. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I'll see you guys next episode.